All right, class is in session. If you spent any time online lately, you have definitely seen these Nanoleaf Lines. They look incredible, right? But if you're actually thinking about buying them, or maybe you already own a set and you're wondering why they can be so frustrating, then this is the revision guide for you. We're about to cover all the critical details that most other reviews just seem to gloss over.
So let's just dive right in. You can't deny it, when you see them in a perfectly set up gaming room or a slick studio, Nanoleaf Lines look absolutely stunning. That glow, the colors, the cool geometric shapes, it's a visual knockout. It's the kind of tech that makes you immediately want to tear down your own setup and start over. But that's the marketing photo. The real question we're here to answer is, what's it actually like to own them and use them day to day?
And that really brings us to the absolute core question of this entire explainer. Are these a high-tech piece of smart home lighting, or are they just a very, very expensive and very beautiful piece of wall art? Because the answer to that question changes everything about whether or not they're actually worth the money for you.
So here's our syllabus for today's revision class. First, we're going to tackle what I call the alluring lie. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of installation and design reality. After that, we hit the big one, the unfinished app. From there, we'll cover performance and some pretty sneaky hidden costs. Finally, we'll pull it all together for the final verdict, and we'll wrap up with a quick pop quiz to make sure all the key lessons really stick.
All right, let's kick things off with section 1. This is all about the single biggest misunderstanding that people have when they hit that buy button. It's that huge gap between what you think you're getting and what actually shows up at your door. Okay, first, let's get our terms straight. Nanoleaf Lines are, by their very design, ambient accent lights. Now, really focus on that term. Their whole purpose is to create a mood, to add a vibe, to highlight a specific part of a room. Their job is not, and I want to be crystal clear about this, to actually light up a room so you can see. This is probably the single most important thing you need to understand.
And here's where the hard data really drives that point home. Each one of these light bars puts out only about 20 lumens. Now, to put that into perspective for you, a totally basic desk lamp can easily give you 400, maybe 500 lumens. This means that even if you have a full starter kit with 9 bars, it won't even come close to replacing a single functional light source. You are buying a look, not illumination.
So let's do a quick recap for your notes. Key takeaway number 1. Nanoleaf Lines are all about creating an aesthetic vibe. They are not, and were never intended to be, a source of functional brightness. Got it? Good. Let's move on.
All right, on to section 2. So now that we understand what they are, let's talk about the reality of actually getting these things up on your wall. This is where that picture-perfect marketing image starts to show some cracks. The promise, the one that's implied by all those slick unboxing videos and minimalist packaging, is that this is going to be a quick and easy setup. You just unbox it, snap it all together, stick it on the wall, and you're done in what, 5 minutes? That's the expectation a lot of us have going in. But the reality is pretty different. If you want a clean, level, and well-designed layout, you need to budget anywhere from 30 to 90 minutes. Seriously, if you just try to wing it, you could easily be looking at double that amount of time, plus a whole lot of frustration. This is not a 10-minute job you do during a commercial break. Careful planning is not optional. And right away, you hit your first big decision. You've got 2 mounting options. The adhesive tape they give you is convenient, sure, but it is notorious for failing on anything that isn't a perfectly smooth, perfectly clean wall. If your wall has even a little bit of texture, you're probably going to have to use option 2, screws. And yeah, that means a much more secure fit, but it also means you're drilling permanent holes in your wall. So you have to choose, risk them falling down or permanently mark up your wall. There's really no easy middle ground.
Now, let's talk about the little design details that you don't really notice in those glossy promo shots. First, those hexagonal connectors, they're not hidden. They're a very visible, kind of chunky part of the final look. Second, unless you're an electrician who's going to run wires inside your wall, you are going to have a power cord trailing down from your beautiful design to an outlet. And finally, like we just talked about, once they're up, they are up. There is no slick magnetic system for easy adjustments or repositioning.
So let's lock in the recap for this section. The installation requires real-time and careful planning. You can't just throw them up on the wall. And you have to be prepared for the connectors and that power cable to be a very visible part of the final design.
Okay, class, let's move on to what is, frankly, the most critical and infuriating part of the whole Nanoleaf Lines experience, even in 2026, the software. This is where a truly beautiful piece of hardware can turn into a source of daily annoyance. The struggle is real.
I'm not just making this up.
This is a direct quote from a user, and it just perfectly captures one of the most common complaints. You spend time, you create the absolute perfect custom lighting scene, you save it, and you wake up the next morning to find it's just gone. Poof. This isn't some rare glitch, it is a widely reported, persistent issue.
And here's another one that I'm sure will sound very familiar to a lot of owners. Everything is working perfectly fine for days, and then, for absolutely no reason, on a random Tuesday afternoon, the app just can't find your lights anymore. This kind of software unreliability is a massive problem for a product that costs this much and is sold on its smart features. So what can you do about it? Well, here are the steps for a successful setup, but I'm warning you, it is tedious. First, before you even open the app, you have to go into your phone's Wi-Fi settings and manually force it onto your 2.4 GHz network. The app just can't handle modern 5 GHz bands for setup. Second, some people report having better luck if they literally unplug other smart devices during the pairing process. And third, just be patient. This part alone can take anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes of trial and error. So our third recap is a blunt one. Even now, in 2026, the Nanoleaf app is a significant weak point. It's inconsistent, it's frustrating, and these widespread issues with connectivity and saving presets are still a major problem. Okay, now that we've covered the hardware headaches and the software struggles, let's actually talk about performance. Where do these lights truly shine? And, more importantly, what are the hidden costs and limitations that the fine print doesn't exactly scream about?
You know, this slide really says it all. In a dark or dimly lit room, the effect from Nanoleaf Lines is genuinely breathtaking. The colors are so vibrant, that backlit glow is beautiful, and it creates an absolutely incredible mood for gaming or watching a movie. But in a room with bright daylight or strong overhead lights, you might barely even notice they're on. Their performance is 100% dependent on the environment.
Now, let's get into the crucial stuff that so many other reviews just seem to miss. First, the power limit. Pay attention here. You can only connect a maximum of 18 light bars to a single power supply. So if your dream design has 19 bars, guess what? You have to buy a whole second starter kit or an extra power supply, which can dramatically jack up the cost. And second, there's no native Matter support. Matter is the new universal standard for all smart home devices, and the fact that it's missing here really limits the future-proofing of this very expensive product. Okay, recap time for this section. The big takeaway is that Lines look amazing in dark rooms, but you absolutely have to plan for that 18-bar power limit before you buy any expansion packs, and you should know about the lack of Matter support if you care at all about future-proofing your smart home. All right, class, we have covered the concepts, the realities, and the hidden details. Now it is time to put it all together. Think of this section as your final verdict, your exam cram sheet that you can use to make your final decision.
This little comparison table breaks it all down pretty clearly. When it comes to pure aesthetic polish, how good it looks, and the richness of the lighting scenes you can create, Nanoleaf is the undisputed champion, no question. But when you look at ease of use and price, the cheaper alternatives often win. They tend to be simple plug-and-play devices, while Nanoleaf's setup, as we've learned, can be inconsistent.
And here it is, your checklist of common mistakes to avoid. Think of this as the What Not to Do chapter in your textbook. Please do not mount these without measuring and planning first. Do not skip forcing your phone to 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi for the setup. Do not buy expansion packs without counting your total bars and planning for power. And finally, do not assume your custom presets will save reliably. Just be prepared for the app to forget them. So, after all that, what's the final grade? Well, for 2026, the reality is a solid 3 out of 5 stars. And why is that? Well, you can see here, while the technology itself is absolutely gorgeous, it's held back by quirky, unfinished software and a very limited specific use case. It's a product that has so much potential, but it's just not fully realized on the software side of things. And this really brings us to our final, kind of provocative take on all this. Nanoleaf Lines are much more of a dynamic digital art piece than they are a functional piece of smart home lighting. And here's the kicker. For a premium price tag of over $200, they really should be both. And with that, we have reached the end of our lesson. So now it's time to test what we've learned. This final section is a quick pop quiz to help you revise the most important points and make sure you are ready to make a truly informed decision. But before the quiz, here's the entire explainer boiled down to a single sentence. Buy Nanoleaf Lines if you are all about a high-end designer look for your space and you have the patience to put up with a flawed app. Skip them if what you really need are reliable smart features, automations, or any level of functional brightness.
Okay, question 1. Let's start with an easy one. What is the primary function of Nanoleaf Lines? Is it room illumination, or is it for ambient accent? The answer, of course, is ambient accent.
Question 2. This one tests if you were paying attention to those hidden costs. What's the maximum number of lines you can connect to one power supply before you need to buy another one? That magic number is 18.
All right, let's move on to question 3. What is the most common technical problem that causes the setup and pairing process to fail? It's not using the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi band. Remember, force your device to it before you start.
Question 4. True or false? As of 2026, the Nanoleaf software and app are considered reliable, stable, and finished products. That is a definite false. They are still a huge weak point for the product. And for our final question, are Nanoleaf Lines a good choice for someone whose top priority is future-proofing their smart home with the new Matter standard? The answer is no, because of that lack of native Matter support. All right, that concludes our revision class for today. I hope this has armed you with everything you need to know to make a smart decision.